Hi, my name is Javon Johnson, and I chose to do my video presentation on cannabis. So, for those who don't really know what cannabis is, a lot of people smoke it. We also know it as weed or marijuana. Cannabis is a plant species known for its psychoactive effects on humans and other species as dogs, cats, whoever might have gotten into it. It gives that euphoric feeling, which is the feeling of getting high. And unlike other drugs, it doesn't fit into a class or a category such as depressant or stimulant, and I'll explain why later. The most common type of cannabis is marijuana or weed in terms of Urban Dictionary. People smoke it, they consume it in foods, but it also can be used in topical ointments. People also have used it in drinks. That's not really a common one, but you'll see people for the most part smoking it or consuming it in edibles. And in terms of recreational use, it's praised more than other drugs like cocaine that give that euphoric feeling. Cannabis is different from other drugs because I stated before that it's neither a stimulant nor a depressant, but it also has characteristics of a depressant due to its relaxing nature when you have that euphoric feeling whenever using it. It's sometimes confused as a psychedelic whenever it's used in high dosages because it can also alter someone's perception, according to the textbook Drug Society and Human Behavior. So there's different methods. Like I stated before, there's edibles, which is THC, CBD. They're infused into like baked goods or gummies, depending on which one you prefer. It can also be used in drinks, which is not really common. There's blunts, there's joints, which are similar to cigarettes, where they remove the contents that it comes with and fill that with marijuana. They also use bongs and pipes, which release a vapor, and to where they can inhale it just as they do with joints and blunts. And there's also ways that people sell topical soaps and ointments that contain hemp, which is also another type of cannabis, that and sativa. But there's not really many studies that show that one can overdose using these topical ointments, or can have at least a little acute intoxication on it by using it on their skin. But when using cannabis, there's some symptoms like when smoking it first, per se: dry mouth, impaired motor functioning skills, increased appetite, conjunctivitis, which is the red eyes that people see whenever they're smoking it or eating whatever. Whenever they get that euphoric feeling, you'll see some people have those red eyes and they have that drowsy like feeling, like that fatigue feeling. Those are some of the common symptoms. Now, there are some illnesses. Well, there's one for sure there's research going on it. It's called cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome, which is similar to hyperemesis gravitatum. It's similar to morning sickness, but it's like extreme morning sickness. So it's severe bouts of nausea and vomiting caused from prolonged use of cannabis. So just like any drug, you can overdose on cannabis products, but it's not necessarily life-threatening compared to other drugs, unless it's laced with something like fentanyl, which is a synthetic opioid that is very potent and very strong, and if you use it in a large enough dose, it can be very lethal. But cannabinoid hyperemesis syndrome has 3 different stages. According to Cedars-Sinai, those stages are the prodromal phase, the hyperemetic phase, and the recovery phase. So after smoking and using cannabis products for so long, you'll start the prodromal phase, which is like the main symptoms of early morning nausea and stuff like that. You mostly still will have your eating patterns. They'll stay the same at this phase. Then next phase will be the hyperemetic phase, which is the ongoing nausea, the repeated vomiting episodes, the discomfort in your stomach, your abdominal pains, decreased food intake, fluid loss, which causes dehydration eventually, and that can be lethal. So what they will do normally, they'll test for electrolytes and make sure that you're not anemic or anything. But those are just some of the simple like cannabis overview that I wanted to give you guys. Thank you.